It is 5:30. I just got to the shopping center that I was at earlier because I ordered cotton candy pink hair dye. This color right here, because my pink is not very good. It's too purpley, so we're fading it out already. It's halfway faded. They sent me vampire red. Close, but no. So the second I opened it, I'm like, I'm getting in the car and returning it right now, because we can just drop off at the UPS store, which is, where is it? I can't get to it from here. Cars are blocking. Anyway, today I had breakfast and fed Sebastian. Then I went back to braiding, and I did start some laundry. And then I had to stop braiding to go to the dentist at like 12:45. I had one braid left, this one right here. So all I could do was like coat it in a ton of hair cream and twist it up so I didn't have this one frizz bomb right there. And then I brushed my teeth and ran out the door to the dentist. I already knew my dentist has changed. I'm so sad about that. She was my dentist and the boys' dentist. And they just suddenly announced, well, the first they announced that somebody was gonna be there, and then a couple days later that they announced my dentist was gone. So I get there, and some strange lady that I don't know, just like a hygienist, comes out and gets me instead of Brooke, my wonderful hygienist. I'm like, oh, I was expecting Brooke. And she's like, oh yeah, I am filling in for her. It's like, okay. And the whole thing was just like different. Oh, it's getting hot in here. It's just a different experience. She didn't ask me as much. She didn't check my blood pressure, ask me if my medicine had changed. She just asked me about my teeth, and then I wasn't yelled at for brushing my teeth too hard. They're like, stop being so aggressive. Your gums are going to recede. But no, she's like, oh, you're brushing beautifully. There's no recession. There's hardly any plaque. It looks amazing. I did have to tell her about my germ anxiety, and she was real nice about it. She was not wearing a mask, but put one on when I took mine off to have my mouth looked at. And yeah, and then she did my cleaning. It's always not a big deal. I'm very lucky that my brushing does a good job and I don't have a lot of plaque. But the dentist comes in, I'm like, hi, so it's you now, right? And she's like, yes, I just moved here, I'm loving it, it's great. And they discussed the fact that I just had a canker sore, and they're like, oh yes, healing nicely, just a little swollen. They saw the spot, I guess, and I had told them that I had just got over a canker sore. And she's like, everything looks great, it's wonderful, bye. And it was like 2 minutes. I'm like, alrighty, okay. I'm used to the dentist going over things and really like looking. The hygienist did all the checking my thyroid and my tongue and all those things that they do, not the dentist. It was just weird. And then I come out to make my next appointment, and I'm like, so yeah, can I be back with Brooke again? And they're like, Brooke no longer works here. I've had her for years. She got me through the pandemic and my germ anxiety and my tears. Ugh. So now I'm like, did ownership change? What is going on? I'm so confused. Everybody's different. I don't recognize anybody. Anyway, I just booked with the same lady. She was nice, even though I feel like she's being too nice. I'm like, I can't be that perfect, lady. I can't. My teeth aren't that amazing. But yeah, then I was working on trying to do one of those crochet squares for the little top I want to make on our trip. And doing laundry, so I'd stop and fold laundry every now and then. But these packages arrived. I was going to try on my new swimsuit, but then I discovered this, so we're going to go return it, and then I'm going to go back to what I was doing. Danny is cooking lasagna sauce that he's going to freeze and bring with him to the beach so he can make a lasagna dinner, because we have too many people to be going out to dinner all the time. Yeah, okay, it's hot. Let's go. Hello everyone. Sebastian is in the shower. Oh my earrings. Because I just gave him a haircut. Not like best. I was going so well because he was letting me just buzz and buzz and buzz without having to stop every 2 seconds to complain about the itchiness. And then he moved and we lost a chunk of long hair and the line is not straight anymore. Luckily it's under where it flops over, so like it would be like under here, but still I took a little bit more of the longer hair off to straighten it a bit, but it's not straight and we would have to cut it all off to be straight. So there's that, but he doesn't care and it's under the long part. So unless it's a really windy day and it's blowing the wrong way, no one's really gonna see it. It definitely needed a deep shampooing. I shampooed it twice. He had leaves in his hair still. It was sweaty. It was hard to comb through. So I don't know how well the haircut went because I didn't wash it beforehand. We might be straightening some things out tomorrow. But yeah, so today was just chores, a lot of pre-trip chores. I always wash all the things so that we have everything ready to choose from. I always start whatever project I'm going to be working on, like knitting wise, and this time I'm also bringing crochet. So I know that I'm not missing anything that I need. And obviously the dentist took up a chunk of the middle of my day, and then I had to return that hair dye. A swimsuit I ordered came and I knew it was going to be too big and I'd have to do alterations, but it's also just a little wonky, like cheaply made, which is disappointing, but since I was already having to sew it smaller, it's not the biggest deal. So I had to cut open the lining around where they have the cups and trim down the cups because they're way too large for me and sticking out in the armpit area. One of their armpit areas is sewn wavy, and I'm hoping now that I've taken that out I can adjust that a little, but it's the, what's it called, bias tape that's wavy, and I'm not touching that, so I don't know, it's in my armpit at least. I did some stitching, it crosses over in the front, so I stitched there to make it fit better. And I think I'm going to cut the straps in the back, well, cut the loops of the straps and then re-sew them as crossed an X in the back. I think I'm long enough to do that. But they have them, now that I have it cinched up small enough for my tiny rib cage, they're too close in this way and then making everything like bubble out weirdly. But if they're already like that and going up across behind my neck, then that would be perfect. So I think that'll be the last thing. So I need to cut the straps and re-sew them on the machine as crisscross applesauce. And I need to sew up the lining. I'll have to hand sew that because right now it's just still open because I was trimming those cup pads. I know you don't care, but it's like pastel rainbow gradients. The bottoms, I don't know if I'm gonna wear it because all bottoms now have your ass hanging out the bottom of the bottom. That's just what you do. And I'm like, does this not bother anybody? Because it bothers me. And it's all about have it come up to your tits to cover your belly because your belly has fat, but your butt can hang out. And I'm like, no, switch it around. Switch it around, people. I don't care about my belly. I have some skin, but I mostly have a flat stomach. It's fine. That's just my build. All my fat is at the bottom of my butt, and that's where they want the swimsuits to not be. So my butt hangs out at the bottom, and I'm not sure I'm okay with that. I do have black boy short swimsuit bottoms that I wear with pretty much every swimsuit I buy now because I only wear the tops of them, and then I wear those bottoms, or if I'm feeling extra like I don't want you to look at my butt, I'll wear the one that has a skirt on it that I bought when I was pregnant. So yeah, I can show you the pattern because I have the bottoms I might bring them. Maybe I will be feeling saucy, like I don't care. But yeah, like you can see how high these go. They're high, and there's not a lot of butt coverage. My butt is wider than that, but the colors are fun and they match my hair. It's from Amazon. It's not gonna be amazing, but I've sewn up a lot of swimsuit tops, so if I get the ones that have any sort of cups in them, it has to be altered. Just how it is. Nothing comes in 28 double A or whatever my chest is. So I'm gonna let him have a little bit more time and then get him out because he wants to have dessert still. It is 8:08. I'm already in a sweatshirt because I didn't want hair all over me. Yeah, tomorrow, like I'm not supposed to drive anymore because Dan's gonna fill my car up with gas, and my car is one of the main modes of transportation. I can move my ball back. Over here, construction's done. Yeah, we're taking my car, and then Yvonne's taking the Jeep, so that we have the Jeep at the beach. So Danny's going to be doing a lot of Jeep work after a half day at work. And he'll fill up my car's tank. And I'm just supposed to not drive. So I will just be packing and doing chores and stuff, I guess. Lots of packing because I haven't packed anything. But it's cool. We've been to the beach a lot of times, and we've even gone on like to Surf City on our final year of homeschooling because I was doing kindergarten, and we just randomly booked a week at an Airbnb in the middle of April. The weather wasn't the greatest, but we just needed to get away. Dan worked the whole time at the beach house, but we had like 2 days to pack up for this week-long beach vacation. It was a scramble, but we did it, so now I can do it. Oh, Danny fixed Jax's new swim trunks. They came and did not have a working drawstring, so they were like way too big. He's skinny but tall, so I moved up to the 14s, but it's 14-16 with no drawstring, so it's like built for the 16-year-old. You're like, how do you not have a working drawstring on something that's supposed to span 14, 15, and 16-year-olds? So instead of sending it back, I saw that there was a nice channel where the elastic was, and while in an ideal world I would have opened a seam up and cut the elastic and sewed it tighter and then closed it up. I was like, nah, I'm just going to make use of my husband's paracord and thread it through the channel and just make a drawstring. And when I told Dan a while back that I needed some cord, but when he asked me what it was for and I explained it on my way out the door to the dentist, he's like, I'll just do it. I can do it. Like, he's the paracord man, so he's like, I can figure this out. When I got back, I gave it over to him. He's like, oh yeah, I can do that, and it doesn't even have to be a drawstring inside the trunks. I can make it come through and go into the actual, like it had a little flap with a fake drawstring sewn to it. So yeah, it should work. He needs to try it on. I've delivered it to him, but he's still in pajamas. So that was the other major thing, like doing all these alterations for a skinny minis. So I don't know if I'll finish sewing that tonight or if I'll just do it tomorrow. Dan will be working, so I probably should do it tonight, but I don't think I will. I don't think it'll happen. Maybe when he's out working on the Jeep, I'll go down there. So it's the afternoon. But anyway, yeah, I am just going to try to enjoy my night and not stress over things now that the dentist is done. I was stressing over my blood pressure of all things because I usually check it, and I was freaking out with anxiety the last time I went in December. I don't know why I was so freaked out. Like when she put that blood pressure cuff around my wrist, I thought I was gonna pass out. I was freaking out. I started panicking, saying, this is too tight, it's squeezing me, I feel like it's cutting off my hand. I was like losing it, and my blood pressure came out a little higher than my normal, like high for anyone, like 130 I think, but not super high. She's like, yeah, you are really panicking. And so that made me all anxious that it's gonna happen again. But yeah, she didn't even check it. I feel like they're under new ownership. I don't know what's going on. But oh, he needs me, so I'm gonna just say goodnight. Hang on. I love you guys. Thanks for listening to me ramble. Good night. Stay safe. Be kind. And don't forget, wash your hands.